Welcome to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Hailey Rowe, and I'm a sales and marketing coach and LinkedIn lead generation service provider. I work with health, life, and mindset coaches and online service-based business owners to help them get more sales, shift their time to the client-generating activities instead of just the busy work, and overcome that social media overwhelm. Let's get into the show. You're about to hear one of my amazing clients, Lisa, share how she was able to sell a 4K coaching package for the first time, how she was also able to sell a 10-session package of coaching, which before she was struggling to even sell single sessions, and how she really grew her business from the ground up, working with me in private coaching. And so enjoy this little testimonial before we dive into today's episode. But if you are feeling like it's a struggle to get your visibility up, to get clients, things like that, you're always welcome to book a free consult at haileyrowe.com, where you will learn more about my custom coaching options, my Inner Circle, which is my 6-month private and small group hybrid program. So I can't wait to connect with you and hear more about your business goals. But until then, let's dive into her testimonial.
Hi, I'm Lisa Ryan. I'm a personal trainer, nutrition, and wellness coach, and I run both in-person and online health coaching programs. When I first met Hailey, I was only a month into my business, and I thought I was doing everything right. I was working all of the time, but nothing was landing. I was beyond overwhelmed, and I was stuck, not seeing the client growth and build that I was hoping for when I first started this business. To be honest, the word investment kind of gave me a mini heart attack. I didn't think I was there yet or that I was allowed to invest in that type of service. And I'm also pretty stubborn. So I was like, I can figure this out myself. I'll just use free resources. It'll be fine. I almost said no. But the more I thought about it, I could tell there was something different about Hailey that made her stand out. She didn't make me feel like I was just another client, another random person to add to her email list. She genuinely wanted to be my mentor and support me on a deeper level, helping me make my goals and dreams come true. Fast forward just 2 months into working with her, I sold my first high-ticket coaching package, something I never thought my life would look like or something I never thought I'd be able to do, but here we are. We fine-tuned my website, clarified my offer, and re-strategized how I was going about social media, which was my biggest stressor, and now it's just another thing. Also getting rid of confusion, knowing what I offer instead of just, I'm a coach, cleared up a lot. I started connecting with hundreds of people, and now I have a running list of events and networking opportunities lined up for the next 6 months of this entire year. Most importantly, I became braver and more confident, reaching out, offering help, offering my heart and my mission. I'm not afraid to just be like, hey, this is who I am, would love to see how we can collaborate. Hailey has been there 24/7, answering my questions, calming irrational thoughts, and helping me move through doubt as a new and young business owner. She's not just strategic and smart. She is real, she's fun, she cares, and she is there for you. I could talk to her about my business, my personal life, how it all ties together. We talked about my dance career, kind of what makes me who I am and how I can offer that to others. Hailey helped me grow as a business owner, but even more, I grew so much as a person. 2 months ago is a whole different girl, and she taught me to take care of myself, not only physically, but mentally, give myself grace every day, and actually enjoy this journey. I was so bad at just working 12 hours a day, and she was like, Lisa, take a deep breath and look how far you've come. I would recommend Hailey to anyone, and to be honest, I might deny future coaches because genuinely no one can compare to her and the experience I've had for 2 months. I remember the first 2 weeks sending her so many emails a day. I was like, this is my new idea, look at this, what do I do? Can you edit this? Can you fix this? I would invest into a retirement because I was like, I want to get that started. And I was like, I'm gonna go broke. All these crazy thoughts, and she would respond with communication, so much length and thought into that, and I could never thank her enough. So if you are hesitant, it's okay, but take that deep breath and take that next step forward because your life will be changed forever after working with Hailey.
I was talking to a coach recently who was sharing with me that they weren't so sure they wanted to go all in on their business because they were passionate about what they do. They're passionate about coaching, about wellness, about what they do with clients, but they weren't so passionate about their offer, their marketing, their ability to, or belief in their ability to expand their marketing skills, their belief in their potential clients to buy from them. So one of the things that's really important if you're actually going to become a paid coach with clients and have the skills to get clients consistently is you're going to need to believe not just in the power of coaching, but you're going to need to believe in your actual offer. Like, you should want to talk about your offer. It should get you excited. It should be something that you feel is really easily sellable because it's so good and you're so excited about it. And part of that comes down to getting clarity around that and what does it look like and what are you actually going to sell and what is the price and what's included. So some of it comes with clarity, but the other part just comes down to really selling yourself on your offer first, because you can't sell other people if you're not sold. And then the second part is belief in your actual ability to market and get it out there, and your ability to figure things out and refine and try things and do trial and error and not take rejection personally, because that's just part of marketing. Not everybody's going to be your ideal client. And then your belief in the actual people, thinking that there's actual people out there who will want your offer. Because if you're going into marketing and you're worried that nobody even wants your offer, or who's going to pay for this, or everybody just says it's too expensive, you're going to definitely pull back and not want to market, and going to want to probably hide, things like that. So it's really important that if you are trying to grow your business and you want to get out there, you got to be building beliefs every single day in yourself, your skills, the fact that there are people out there who want your offer, and believing that they will take the action to reach out, and holding that faith and that trust. And it can be hard to do when you're in the middle of marketing and you're not necessarily seeing people reach out yet, or you're not seeing your email list grow, or all of that. But when you believe so strongly that these things are underway and you have a great offer and you're doing the things and you're doing it consistently, that is what matters. What typically happens is you get shaky beliefs, and then you stop marketing, you pull back, you hide, you say, oh, it doesn't matter that much, so you don't try as hard. And then it's not as good because you're not trying as hard and you're hiding. So be able to say, I'm going to give this my all, and I'd rather you give your all and put it all out there, and most likely that leads to more success. However, even if it didn't, you're closer to success anyways than if you held back, waited, were in analysis paralysis, fearing rejection, things like that. So don't just go into your business because you're passionate about coaching. Know that you have to build these other beliefs, and you have to be doing it regularly and every day. And what can you do today to build that up? And if you're looking for a community where you can share your experience, where you can have others to borrow, confidence from sometimes when you're not having it on a day yourself, and when you get confused about your next step, or you got feedback and it wasn't what you had wanted and you don't know how to pivot, these are the kinds of things I work on every day with my clients in the inner circle. And we are going to be putting together a new group of coaches soon and sharing my FAST framework with you, my 5-step process to building a sustainable, profitable coaching business and no longer hiding. So if you're curious about that, you can comment framework below, and I will send you the 5-step process and more info, and I'll talk to you guys soon. But I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What beliefs do you struggle with the most? What's holding you back in your business right now? Because that is something I can make future videos and podcasts about. All right, talk to you soon.
There today, I want to let you know about a free resource that I've created to go with this coaching episode. If you are listening to this episode about the phases of change and finding warm leads, one of the things I mention in today's episode is how listing yourself in coaching directories can help you attract warmer leads because they're actually searching for a coach. And I've put together a resource that has a list of directories, apps, and companies that tend to hire coaches, and I want to share it with you for free. So you can get it in the resources section of the show notes today. The show notes will be at haileyrowe.com/ready-to-buy. And the way you spell my name is HAILEYROWE. And that's haileyrowe.com/ready-to-buy. When you get to that page, scroll down to the resources section of today's episode, and you'll see that free resource. Enjoy.
Thanks so much for listening to this podcast. And if it's really helpful for you, I'd really appreciate if you share it and or leave a written podcast review. This tells the podcast sites that our show is useful and it will be promoted to more people that way. Thanks again.